All right, hey guys, what is going on? This is Cube Commentary, the final Cube Commentary. As you can tell by the title, no, that is not a typo. That is not a joke. That is, I wanted to get this out before April Fool's Day, just so people wouldn't think that this was a prank or something. But final finality, and this is my Cube Commentary about how I am quitting competitive speed cubing. Now, that may come to no surprise to most of you, as I haven't uploaded a cubing video in several months, and the last one that I did that was cubing related was the barbecubing recap, but I did like Fortnite video over cube talking because my wrists were in pain. They were hurting that whole competition. If you saw me that day, you would have might have remembered that I had wrist brace on. I really didn't scramble, which is very uncharacteristic of me. And I actually went to the doctor. I think I went to the doctor like before that, maybe like a week before that, or a week after, something like that. I went to a doctor around then. He told me to kind of just cut it out. I had to actually get a new computer mouse for work because I had to like a trackball mouse, so I wouldn't have to do wrist movements to do my job. And it just became a thing where it was debilitating to cube. And even this video, there was 10 or 12 or so warm-up solves before this, and then I turned the video on for this, and this average 25, which is terrible average. My wrists were hurting halfway through this video, so it's just I can't even do 40 solves without being in pain. And I tried, the whole thing was to kind of take a break for a few months and then try to jump back in the beginning of 2019. And I tried doing videos maybe 3 or 4 times of just 3x3, of 6x6 and 7x7, because I really am enjoying those events. And I just can't, I would do 3 or 4 6x6 solves and I would be in pain. And it just got to a point where I was I can't, this may sound obvious, and also may kind of sound like I'm a dick, but I can't, I most enjoyed my cubing when I won. And that's it sounds kind of like I'm a prick for that, but the thing is I won a lot, and I won. I started placing. I think my second competition I got third in 5x5, which was this one in California randomly, and then my third competition, which was my first in the Midwest, I got second in 3x3, and from that point on until 2014. I placed in 3x3 almost every time, aside from nationals or something, and worlds. And it's I always all the Midwest competitions I cleaned up. And you can go back and look at my WC profile. It's all placing, it's 3x3. A lot of them are first places. I have a lot of first places in 3x3, a lot in 4x4, a lot in 5x5. And some in 6x6. I would win almost everything. And if you've been around me for a long time in cubing, you know that I would, if I came, I won. Twin Cities 2009, I beat second place by 7 seconds. I had a 14 average and the next guy had a 21 average. And I scrambled. It was 50 competitors, which obviously doesn't seem like a big deal now. I scrambled all their stuff the entire day. I sat in the back. Brian Logan had me back there. I remember eating a whole pizza back there. He scrambled my stuff, and I scrambled everybody else's. It was to the point, I worked my ass off, and then I would win. And I got, you get used to winning, and I would win, and I win early on in my cubing, lifespan. And I think my last comp I won was 2014, November 2014, or October. It was right before Smash came out for Wii U. And, it's hard because my entire mentality for practicing is so I can win. And that may sound obvious to people. And that's definitely true for a lot of people. A lot of world-class cubers, they practice to keep being on top. And I had my own little microcosm of that in the Midwest and things like that. And I practice to win, and I can't win anymore. And it's just a fact that I'm older. My body, my wrist can't take it. I'm very I have really bad execution on some algorithms. I still kind of use some old algorithms. I have bad finger tricks. Back to the execution. People would say even my color scheme is a detriment to my success in cubing. Those are the haters, and it's just not it's not nearly as rewarding for me, and me like going through physical pain or possibly causing more damage, like to know that I'm gonna get 7th place at a competition kind of sucks. Like, so it's just to a point in my life where this is not something I'm actively doing. And I don't want to like put up this, I guess, this thing where like I'm the speed cuber, because I'm really not anymore. And it's like, it's crazy to say. And once I, close this video and I finish editing it and I put it on YouTube, like it's out there and it's done. And it's like, and so like, it's kind of scary for me. This is like my 6th or 7th take of this, because it's kind of a scary thing to me to say. It's been part of my identity and part of who I am for like almost half my life. I'm 27. I've been doing I've been speed cubing for like 12 years. So like that's a big part of my life that I've dedicated to this, and it's been my, all of us cubers. If we're, we're not really close. Like if our friends that are cubers are not with us, like we're the cubing person, and it's just like a thing. Like that's, but you're around your non-cubing friends, you're the cube person. Just how it is. And I think I've come away from that. Like I've kind of just I haven't been that person anymore, and I think it's because it's just time for me to move on from competitive speed solving. And the people, like, I guess one person could say, somebody could say like, well, you're missing out on seeing people, and that's true. And that's probably the thing. That's the one thing that I will absolutely miss the most, because despite like, not winning, like hanging out with people that I don't get to see very often, there's always definitely a highlight of my speed cubing, like of competing. And like, yeah, that sucks. But the people that I'm like friends with, that I'm like really friends with, I'm friends with on Facebook. I'm friends with in person. Like, I can see those people, I can talk to those people, and it's not a huge deal. And if you feel like you want to talk to me, and we're not like friends on Facebook, just find me on Facebook. I'm sure we have mutual friends. But I think it's just a point where it's I do other content for this channel, and this channel was obviously created, like I said before, like when I started cubing, and I'll always leave that stuff up. That stuff's always part of my history. I feel like this YouTube channel is like, it's videos and stuff, but like it's a part of my life. This is like, when you're a kid, or your parents do like video recordings of you and stuff like that. That's my own deal. This is part of my documented life, and I always leave that stuff up, and it's never coming down. But the content of this channel, as you've noticed, has shifted away from that. We'll probably no longer have cubing stuff. Now, if I like want to talk about something, or if something comes up and I need like a backdrop, I may do some solves and things like that. But by and large, this is probably the last cubing video I'm going to do, and I definitely am probably not competing ever again. I say probably, like, because I don't want to say, I don't want to be like, I'm never competing ever again, and then like 2 years later, like, oh, like, hey, like I'll just show up to this comp and do some solves and hang out, and like, I don't want like, I don't want it to be like, oh, well, he lied. But by and large, I'm not practicing anymore. This is not something I'm not gonna like, whatever my WCA records are, like whatever my placings are, that's what they're just gonna be forever. And yeah, it's crazy, but it is what it is. And I just want to thank everybody that's been with my channel since the beginning, all those years ago, that watched my cubing stuff. I want to thank everybody that doesn't watch my cubing stuff. That I don't know. I'm hoping maybe there are people that just like me enough to just watch whatever I put out, or watch, my Smash stuff or my Legendary stuff, which is what I'll keep doing for this channel. Mostly Legendary stuff with a side of Smash. That's probably what my channel is going to basically be, and then just random other crap I'd want to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to say goodbye, but I think it's time, and I'll always be grateful for what speedcubing brought to me and brought to my life, and the people, the people that put around me, and things like that. So thank you, and goodbye.